Hey guys, this is Ains here with another video on DISLYTE. We just got a new update and we did get two new characters as well. A new story, a new team battle of some sort called Omen. Haven't yet been able to unlock it. I haven't really played the story, so I don't have access to it. There's a lot of things that have been added into the game, and I feel like we should do a walkthrough of all of them. First off, there is a new story. It's called Sea of Sorrow. Stay tuned, I will be recording my initial playthrough of it. Maybe do some more of those awkward voice acting. I don't know, if I just feel like it. So there's some new things that have been added. First thing into the event, you will see that there is this new United Sounds. You clear different stages, miracles and stuff, and they give you coins. You can use the coins to flip the coins. I mean, you get music notes and you use the music notes to flip the coins. And upon clearing, I guess, all the coins, you get these rewards here. They do give you 300 coins that are available to claim. I'm assuming that they give you 300 max. I don't know how many you can get per day. You do get a login as well. I got 20 for doing nothing, so I'm just going to flip a few right now and see how it works. It consumes 5 notes to give you a coin, to flip a coin, and as you can see, it gives you random stuff and amount. Anyway, once you flip enough coins, which is 30 as far as I can tell, you get a name card, useless scrap, 2 gold records, this Abilimon here, this one here, and 100 here. Now these, as far as I can tell, are only the rewards for the first floor. There do seem to be more than one floor, so we'll have to look into that and see upon a later date, see what else we can get from the other floors, or if this is all the rewards for all the floors. I really hope it isn't. The second one that I've seen is the Withering Omen. This is like a generic battle that you do probably after finishing the story. You use some team, you fight some monsters, and you gain some points that you can use. And once you get to 100%, the game is going to give you some of these rewards here, which aren't much. You get gold records, different records, some gold, and at 100%, I'm going to assume it's going to be an epic. Actually, no, it's going to be a legendary Abilimon, a legendary Starimon, or maybe another gold record. I doubt they're going to give us anything other than that. Then we have the Conqueror, which is still in play. We've got the... clicked on that mistake. So we got the Warm Spring, which seems to have expired. Some might still see it. It says here 28 days left, so people could still get it. We've got Reincarnation, which is a tower thing, like where you fight with the new character. However, it doesn't matter how strong your actual characters are, you will not be using them. Why do I say that? Because you have a challenge here. You create a team, they give you some wave fragments, and you can use the wave fragments to get random characters. Once you get past level 6, you will get her. And if you manage to get lucky enough to get her to 3-star, you can complete most of the missions that they give you. They do mention that you have to do several runs, as far as I can tell, because you have a quest where it says clear 12 with Feng Yuxi, clear 12 with Ollie, clear 12 with Elaine, clear 12 with Abigail. So my guess is you will need some of these characters on your team when you do the clearing of floor 12, if not all of them. If you are able to get Abigail, Elaine, Ollie, Feng Yuxi, and her, because she's also on a mission. I already cleared 12 with her, so it's gone now, but there is one with her as well. If you can get all these 5 characters on the team and get them to actually work together, clear floor 12, you got 4 missions, gives you 200 of these each. And you can use these thingies to get stuff from the store. I only got the gold record, and I plan on getting the reset stones and the inferno records. I don't know about anything else in the shop. It kind of sucks anyway. But yeah, the purpose of this is you create a team, you buy characters. Every time you buy the same character at the same rarity twice, they unite and become a higher rarity. Highest rarity seems to be 3 stars. And I'm gonna have to tell you from the beginning, if you want to clear 16, which is the last stage, you will need 3-star characters. So yeah, it's a pretty awkward event. I wish they would just let us use our own characters, the ones that we've already invested in. But then I guess it's interesting. You got some missions here that you have to clear, and then you purchase stuff from the store, and that's pretty much it. I do feel like this is going to be a daily thing that you need to do in order to get the free character. There's a free 4-star that you can buy from the event shop. I feel like you will need to do Reincarnation Tower every day, so you can maybe complete one of those daily missions of some sort. But yeah. And the first stage of this is with YUUHIME, the new 5-star that was just released. Second stage seems to be with another character that we have not yet seen, 20 days later. And then there are 2 more. These are most likely all of them 5 stars that will be joining the game in the future. So this kind of makes you wonder if you want to get YUUHIME, or if you want to wait for the other ones who are most likely going to be stronger. But that depends on the character. I do kind of like her, and I am looking for a really good DPS, because at current time my strongest DPS is Sun. And I do have several other characters, but none of them are really invested. My strongest DPS is Sun, and I couldn't get Liura. I just got her sister, who was free. And yeah, next to Sun I'm always using Lin Zhao. I always pray to get more dupes of her. If I could get her to full, I would not need another DPS, but unfortunately this is not the case, because every time I get a 4-star Shimmer, it's not her.
There's a mission?
Anyway, let's see what else we got. So these are the echoes. Yeah, you summon, you get to 100, and then you can use the 100 to get something. There's the YUUHIME, and the newest 5-star that they re-added as a pickup for 100 stones is Gabrielle. Now, if you've been playing for as long as I do, you already have Gabrielle, probably also resonated. I did not resonated her, because at the time she was in the game, her dupes only gave basic stats, and I found the grind to be way too tedious to be worth it, so I didn't do it. Now I regret it, because if you do have her full, she's actually really strong. But that's fine, I still use her from time to time. She's a staple on my Fafnir team, because she's got 2 triple hits, AoEs, defense break, immunity, defense up, attack down on the opponents. Everything you want, she has it. Great support. And she's an HP lead, so if you do need an HP lead, thinking that you are getting wrecked in some of the stages, she can work. She's a win, and yeah, I do wholly recommend getting her if you don't have her. If you do, maybe not get dupes for her unless you really like her. I mean, she's a cool character overall, but she's very situational. In terms of this new character that they've added, let's have a look at her as well. Let's go to Atlas, Esper Gallery. So the first character that they have added is YUUHIME, or Izanami. Seems to be oriental, kind of like samurai-ish like. Looks like a shoujo maiden of some sort, and reminds me of Chigoku Shoujo. I don't know if you're aware with that. It's an anime about a girl taking people into hell for being cursed for their sins. It's a very interesting one, and I really liked it until the last season, but let's not get into that right now. Anyway, what does she do? Well, her ultimate hits twice. First hit deals 10% attack damage and applies disease for 2 turns. Second hit deals 90% attack damage after reducing 20% of the enemy's max HP. And then she gives herself a buff, which is called Hell's Hand. Now, Hell's Hand is gained based on how many debuffs the opponent has, so she's gonna work really well whenever you have other characters that can debuff as well, if you don't plan on giving her too much accuracy. Max stacks of Hell's Hand is going to be 6. And what does it do? It extends all of her buffs by 1 turn at the start of her turn. As I said, 6 stacks max. Now, this is an interesting ability because it deals a crazy amount of damage with the 90 plus 10, that's 100% multiplier. You can get it higher, but also because it applies a grey HP debuff just like Hades or Raven. Imagine having her, Hades and Raven on the same team along with that other 4-star that does it. You would just keep reducing the enemy's HP until they die from regular hits, which is an interesting idea. I might look into that as well. Now the second skill says attacks all enemies, most likely 1 hit, damage 55% attack, inflicts defense down for 1 turn. When having Hell's Hand, deals extra damage at the cost of 1 Hell's Hand stack, 15% attack. Now, I have seen her in the actual event fight where you have to fight waves of monsters with the extra turn set. Seems to be working fine, but I would give her War Machine anyway because everything scales on her attack and she scales extra damage on her attack. So the more attack she has, the more it's gonna do. I don't really want her to use all of her skills on that particular turn. So having an extra turn chance does not equal the same for me when it's related to how much damage she does. Now imagine having the reset, you hit with the ult, you reduce their HP by 20 and then deal a couple thousands HP, let's say they're half HP. Now you use the second skill is also gonna do some damage. But why not use the first skill and simply reduce their HP to 25%? Guaranteed. Because if you don't do the extra tower, the extra turn, then you will not be applying the defense down and everything else. So, yeah, I'm not really sold on that set. It seems fine, but not really. And now, let's take a look at the first skill. Says attacks 1 enemy, damage 100% attack, gains immunity for 1 turn. When having Hell's Hand, deals extra damage at cost of all Hell's Hand stacks. Extra damage per stack is 45% attack, meaning if you've got all 6 stacks, that's a lot of damage, almost 300% attack. That's 300, 290, 280, 270. That's 270 attack alongside the 100% she has. That's 370% attack. That is a lot of damage. So she's going to one-shot a character using this at full stacks. Now, I would strongly recommend using ult and then single if you want to kill something, or ult and then second skill if you feel like you could use some HP draining on the opponents and you want to AoE or something. But yeah, she seems like a really good character in terms of damage and output. For a lead, she is a speed lead, which is really good because speed rocks in PvP. And with the new ban system, you can just add 2 speed leads and still be on top of the fight because your opponent can only ban 1 character, so you're still going to be up front. Now in terms of resonance, first one deals more damage, second one says you can use an extra hand to do 30% instead of 15% attack on the AoE, which is fine. I'm not really going to go into that. Third one says attack, defense and HP 15%, the base one of course. Fourth one says when at an elemental advantage, damage plus 15. So if you want to one-shot somebody, make sure you hit the one you have an elemental advantage whenever you have this resonance, and you will. Fourth one says 20% basic stats, and the last one says that your first skill has 75% chance of not consuming the stacks whenever she's doing the extra damage. So you're doing like 500% damage, and you've got 70% chance to be able to do it the same next turn as well. Kind of busted, I'm not gonna lie, but it is a 6 resonance, so not a lot of people are going to have that. So this is Izanami or YUUHIME. Now the second character they added with this new update is called PTAH or AinsOolGawn. She's a support. And I'm not very happy with what she does. Let's get into it. So the captain ability says she gives resist in point war and knockout by 40%. First skill says she attacks twice, damage 50% attack, 60% chance to crit rate down for 2 turns. Kind of like a counter to Leora, who scales damage based on how much crit rate she has. Which is okay, but I don't really see her doing much against that character anyway. Second one says she gives herself standoff, and then she grants a shield to all of her teammates for 2 turns. The shield is 15% of her max HP. Again, this is an awkward character because the shield scales on her HP, but her damage scales on her attack. So you need both attack and HP for her to actually do stuff. I like characters that scale on one stat alone, because you can max that stat and give them the best power that the highest power level of power they can get to. I don't mind if it's defense, attack, or HP, as long as it's the same for all skills. Whenever you have a character that scales on different stats, then you will need to choose if you want this character to do damage, to be a support, when they could have just given her HP scaling on everything, but fine, whatever. So that's the second skill. Now the third skill says she attacks an enemy 3 times. This could make her good for Fafnir. I don't really recommend her, but fine. Damage per hit says 40% attack plus 2% max HP. Again, she scales with both attack and HP. Each hit has 50% chance to defense down 2 turns, and then she randomly calls a teammate to assist. So basically, she's gonna hit the opponent 4 times. Unless the character that she summons has multiple hits on their single basic attack as well. Which could be Ahmed if you're running Fafnir, or could be Berenice if you're running Fafnir, or could be Aedis if you're running Fafnir, or it could be even Clara if you're me and you're running Fafnir, because I do run Clara on Fafnir. So yeah, it's an interesting ability. It guarantees up to 4 hits minimum on the ultimate, but the damage isn't gonna be too much unless you max her HP by a lot, as well as her attack, and it can be rather tedious to be able to maximize both HP and attack on a character at the same time, because you will have to swap one for the other. But I guess she works with both. It remains to be seen if she scales higher on attack or on HP. I do feel like she will most likely do more damage on attack, but have stronger shields on HP, which is, I guess, if you plan on building her, you pick if you want to build her and as what. Resonance, yes, let's check out the resonance. Force barrier, Aegis, final shield strength plus 10. Most supports that plant shields have this, like instead of 15 she's going to have 10% out of 15. That would HP, 1.5%, so 11.5% of her... no, actually it's 15%, 1.5, that's 16.5% of her HP is going to be turned into a shield. Because I do feel like this is the final shield strength 10%. So it's not going to add another 10% to the actual shield percentage in her skill. It's simply going to maximize and add to the number that you already have, 10%. Which makes this a really bad resonance on any character that has below 50% shield. But it's fine. It's fine. I mean, it's a free character. We get her for free. We can max her for free. Makes sense to give her a shit resonance for the first one. The second one says, when attacked by a critical hit, damage minus 12. Now, this is like a resonance that you don't really have unless you actually get hit by crits, which again isn't very good, but fine, whatever. Again, free character. Base attack, defense and HP plus 15. It's kind of a given with every character. The fourth one says when incapacitated, damage taken minus 18. So if she's stunned and she gets crit, she's going to be taking minus 30% damage. Now, I don't know if this is a minus 30% on the multiplier of the skill that the opponent is actually using, or if it is a 30% reduction of the final damage that she takes, but it's still kind of shit, but anyway. Base attack, base defense, base HP plus 20%. Well, this is pretty interesting because most 4 stars here tend to have 15 and here have 10, but this one seems to have higher than others. I may be wrong, but this is how I feel. I mean, basic stats on a 4-star aren't that much because they do start with low basic stats, but this should be okay. Now the fifth one says it changes the shield from her second skill into Ank's Blessing. Now, shield says absorbs damage, then Ank's Blessing says provides a shield capable of absorbing damage, which is kind of the same thing but under different wording, equal to Ank's Blessing. But then it also says that it grants resist plus 20. So she gives a shield that also increases resistance by 20 on all of your teammates. Now, if you already have high resistance on your team, or if you are using a resistance lead other than her, such as Hades who has 50, or I'm having a difficulty reminding another resistance buff leader, but it's fine. Let's go with Hades. He gives 50, she gives 20, that's 70. If you have at least 30% rolls on your stats for resist on every character, you got 100% resist on all your characters, which makes you pretty unlikely to get debuffed. But there's still a roll of 20% minimum, so you still might get debuffed. However, this is a very good shield. It would have been really nice to have such a shield in APAP, because APAP, you do have a chance to resist his poison, if you're not aware. I did soloed, I think, difficulty 12 when it was the max one, with only Clara and Jinliao, and I had a resistance headpiece on Jinliao simply for her to actually resist some of the poisons that the boss applies. So you can actually resist the poisons that he applies. They're not guaranteed. However, higher difficulty such as Purgatory, the boss has a very high level, so you can even be 100% resist. He's still going to debuff you. But yeah, do I recommend building PTAH? Not really. It's kind of like a fodder character, one that you get, max reso on and just leave it there, not do anything with it, unless you don't have any other better characters to run on Fafnir, because that's kind of the only way I see her being useful. So those are the characters. I've discussed that. I haven't really went into sets. For PTAH, I would probably go with HP on the back, and I don't know if I want to give her the extra, like a reset. I honestly don't know what to give her. She doesn't need an HP because she doesn't need the healer set because she doesn't heal. The extra set the extra turn set isn't very useful on her. I guess we could go with speed on her. Like, how much speed does she have initially? Where are you, PTAH? So she's got...
I haven't fixed it yet.
Where's her stats? Okay, so she's got 104 speed, even at max level. I don't know what to say. She is... not the fastest, but not the slowest either. And her cooldowns don't seem to be that high. She's got 4 here, which turns into 3, and then she's got 4 here, which doesn't reduce, which is still 4.
It's alright, don't be scared.
And since we don't really have a set that gives HP on a 4-piece, I would probably go with War Machine on this. War Machine with 2 HP set on the back. The War Machine would have all HP on it, and
It's alright, don't be scared.
I might need... do I need her to apply the debuffs? Not really. She has a chance to inflict crit rate. Yeah, she doesn't seem like a character that really needs accuracy, because the debuffs don't actually buff her in any way, they just debuff the opponent. And if you're gonna use her in Fafnir, Fafnir is most likely going to be immune, so you can't actually debuff him. So just go with damage, I would. Now, in terms of the new 5-star YUUHIME, they do give her the extra turn set. So you can use her ult and then one of the other skills if you get the extra turns. I would just go with War Machine. Yeah, full damage, because everything scales on her attack and the extra damage scales on her attack, and just give her as much crit rate, crit damage and attack as possible. Some speed rolls as well, because she is a speed lead and she will greatly benefit from that, but mostly I would go with attack. But that's pretty much my my take on the new characters and partially on the new event. Haven't been able to experience pretty much everything because I haven't really done the story. I want to do a recording of it, but yeah, these are my thoughts on the new characters. I will maybe do a follow-up on this after I'm done with the story to show up and discuss the actual event and show and stuff that goes. Now, in terms of what's in the event shop, you can get a PTAH here, 7 copies, so you can max her out. It's 3,500. It's 3,500 these bullets, I guess. Nothing else is worth it. Like, this is trash. This is trash. This is trash. Just don't buy these. Get the hero. At least you'll have it. Even if you don't plan on using it, there's nothing worth it down there. And there's also the gear center, which is where you can buy more useful stuff. Now, this is the coin that you actually get from doing the real story. And I'm not gonna get into it because I haven't really done it, but I would get the records, any records. Then I would get the legendary Abilimons and Starimons, resets, stones, and in the very end, once I'm done with everything else, I'll get the epic Abilimons and Starimons, and maybe some gold, because you do need a lot of gold to upgrade your gear. Anything else, I don't really see any point in getting. Like memo chips, you get these on a daily basis from doing basically nothing. Experiments are hard to get, but you can maybe get a higher value by getting gold, because gold is kind of hard to get in this game, and you do need it to upgrade everything. You want to level up your character, you use gold. You want to upgrade your gear, you use gold. You want to limit break your character, you use gold. You want to fuse abilimons or starimons or something into a higher rank, you use gold. Everything needs gold. So yeah, get the gold. And that's kind of everything about a shop. Like I did mention it on the last event, they don't really give you much. Like one legendary starimon, one legendary abilimon, and one reset stones, and these are not even available, because apparently you need to wait 6 days to get them. Like, why? They should have already been available, and another one of each be added in 6 days. But I mean, it's Lilith. They do really like torturing their players. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day. If you like the video, if you like any of my opinions, make sure to subscribe, follow up, and be on the lookout, because I will be doing a part 2 once I'm done with the actual story, and there will be a gameplay of the actual story as well. Now I don't know if I'm going to allow the animated scenes to play because of copyright, but I guess we'll find out later. Have a great day, enjoy your game, and good luck with your pulls. I guess you will need it. Take care.